just for context, what a caste is like levels within a social hierarchy, and then theoretically you can't move up a caste
Hmm.
within this lifetime
Yeah, yeah,
within
yeah.
like, a new structure because of like
Right, right,
reincarnation.
right.
Uh, yes, there's something because like you were like, oh, it's more of a Western viewpoint, and I'm like, yeah, that's true because that's when I took a world religions class and we learned about castes. That's what we learned. It's like you have to wait till the next life, and
Yeah,
hopefully, if you're good deeds, you can move up the system.
right. And I feel like a lot of that is comes from, I would say, colonization. Uh,
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
where it's like to control certain
Yeah.
people and keeping them in a certain
This has
way.
been like
Right.
really messing with me. The whole colonization thing, when you really look into history and then you're just like hearing about it more and more, it's like,
That's why it's like
y-
I grew up thinking, and I think a lot of Indians think the same way. It's like we thought caste was that was the way it was.
yeah.
You're stuck to your family thing, right? Uh, Lineage kind of thing. But that wasn't the case before. So when did it change? It's like if 500 years of colonization, there's got to be something changed over that time, right?
Yeah.
And even though the religion may have survived, it's just there will be little things that have changed that we forget, right? We just connect it to, oh, that's we think that the caste system was there for the whole time.
Yes.
Um, so it's like it's hard to know what is true. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, or when did it change? Did it change during the time of colonization in order to control people and put them in certain groups so that they can
Yeah.
fight each other
Yeah.
versus fighting them?
Honestly, like, okay, so the most contemporary example I have for this is like jujitsu, because there's moves that we thought were in jujitsu the whole time. And then I bought this book that's like the history of
Hmm.
jujitsu. And it turns out that one move that we thought was like, oh, this is a jujitsu move. It's like, no, no, that wasn't introduced till like 50 years later.
Right.
Right. It's just like
Yeah.
this. It's like the origin was not even similar,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
now we think
Exactly.
of it, you know?
Exactly. It's like we thought that the caste part was part of the Hinduism thing, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the case.
Turns out it wasn't. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, like they say if you manage the education of a country, you can manage like everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because right? So if you just start erasing history and like changing it, it's like you can make people believe whatever you want them to believe. And then the only people that remember it are like the olden time people.
Hmm.
You know, imagine if you like live forever and you saw this progression over time. It can only be management of groups of people. Like you're saying, like, do we create this in order that they would fight one another, stuff like that, you
Or
know?
maybe not necessarily. Maybe it wasn't like any in a bad way, right? It was just like
It was
to
unintentional.
unintentional consequence, right? So it's like maybe it was
Yeah.
just a way to easily understand. Like it's coming from an outsider, right? Outsider doesn't know what's going on internally inside of a country, so they think that okay, they think this is the way, so they're assuming okay, maybe it'll be helpful to organize people in a certain way versus like causing the
Yeah.
actual problem, right?